Saying that ASSETTO Corsa EVO was hyped is like not saying anything at all. AC has probably one of the most dedicated fan bases in any racing franchise, and many of them were expecting something outstanding and spectacular, but most were expecting something realistic. And when people were expecting the release of AC EVO, they were expecting a miracle in racing sim genre, and this kind of was not delivered. Not because of the laziness of devs, but because of unrealistic expectations. That's why when AC EVO launched, the reviews were mixed, which was weird to me. But now it's mostly positive and it's going up in just mere days. What's happening? Well, those results were actually expected. But first, let me explain everything and tell you whether ASSETTO Corsa EVO is actually worth buying right now or not. To not waste your time and give you a chance to move on to anything that you want, and then I will be explaining why do I think that. So is AC EVO worth it? Well, kinda yes and kinda no at the same time, depending on what are your expectations. First, if you're expecting a complete game, it's not. It's an early access game. It does not have the most things that complete game will have, and it's by the book's early access launch. But if you are a person that knows what to expect and you don't mind the early access shenanigans, then yeah, it's absolutely worth it. Because what you get is a cheaper deal for the future expensive game. But now let's talk about the details. Well, for the ones who doesn't know, AC EVO is actually a direct continuation of original ASSETTO Corsa game. Because ACC or ASSETTO Corsa Competizione was actually kind of like a spin-off of a game rather than an actual sequel to original AC. And AC EVO is actual sequel to original AC game. And it is by the books racing sim. Some people will tell me that it's not entirely racing sim, but it's not also simcade as well, but something in the middle between simcade and racing sim. But yeah, for me, it's a racing simulator. You can disagree with me on that, I don't care. And what you have over original AC is improved engine, better driving, better handling, better weather effects, and basically everything that AC had, but better and improved in every single way. But you see, that's marketing will tell you. In reality, it's actually different. When you buy the game right now on early access launch, you are not getting even half of the game. You are getting the bare bones of the game, meaning that when the game will fully launch, it will feature 20 tracks from all around the globe, but right now on early access launch you will have only 5. When the game will fully launch, you will have 100 cars from classics to hypercars, but on early access launch you're gonna have only 20. When game will fully launch, it will have 40 kilometers by 40 kilometers open world area, which is not available even partially in early access, and which will not be available for some time in early access. Plus, you don't have a lot of features working in early access. So what I'm saying is that you're getting a bare bones game, I mean it. You're getting barely enough to call it a game. Like for example, you don't even have an online mode at launch, so you can't even play online. Everything that this game has on early access launch is barely enough to call it a game. But don't get me wrong, where it is a game, it is a game, and it's a really good one. Let's actually play this quite a bit. You have racings, you have AI opponents, the UI customization that more or less works, the menus that works, and if you'll take out your racing wheel and you want to sit down and just drive and have fun, you can do that, and it's quite nice. I enjoyed playing this game quite a lot. Racing is fun, and weirdly enough, it felt quite a lot better for me compared to original vanilla AC. Cars and tracks felt more responsive, and driving was much more fun than in original AC, well, at least in vanilla version, and I enjoyed it a lot, and especially with different type of weather on different tracks. And yeah, weather affects your driving skills quite a lot, especially if you're gonna drive it in a heavy rain, and it looks quite great. And speaking of looks, game actually improved graphically quite a lot compared to original AC, and I mean the vanilla, because yeah, the most of the gameplay that you're gonna see of original AC game is not vanilla. It will probably be heavily modded, but this game, AC EVO, looks insanely amazing on vanilla, and it looks and feels quite insane. So driving feels nice, it looks great, you have working races and working cars. So what you don't have, and I already mentioned the things that you don't have in early access, but this information is available everywhere. What about actual gameplay, how it feels, what are the things and issues with the game that made it reviewed mixed on launch? So let me tell you about those. First things first, it's buggy. Even though I didn't see a lot of bugs, oh boy, the internet is already full of insanely hilarious bugs that are happening in the game. And yeah, it is a buggy mess, and yeah, you can expect it from early access launch. Second is UI. I do not like their UI. I didn't like it in their previous games, I do not like it here, even though it's a bit maybe better here, but it's still kind of weird. It's not intuitive at all, and you will need to actually learn your way around to understand what UI is doing. It's not bad, it's weird. AI opponents, yeah, they are behaving weirdly, especially in the start of the race when there are a lot of cars together. They're just hitting and bumping each other and just clumping and just moving like a huge blob when they're together. But as soon as the race actually will start and they will start keeping a distance from each other, well, game game actually enhances and AI behavior is becoming much better. But until then, oh yeah, it's chaos. But man, I still cannot take my eyes away from how amazing this game looks. It's really beautiful. But let's talk about the most important part of any AC game, and his mods. How moddable is this? Well, at the moment, not very much, because yeah, game is still barely there, but devs actually promised this game to be even more moddable than original AC games. So the things that we'll probably see from AC Evo will be even more insane and crazy than the things that we saw from original AC. And yeah, modded original AC was absolutely insane. And what about the pricing? How much the game will actually cost you? But early access launch, the game will cost you $39.99, but most likely when the game will launch fully, it will go more expensive. Now in the far future, when the game will actually be a bit older, yeah, you can expect deeper discounts and things like that, but the moment the game is still new, then that's the price that you will need to pay. $39.99 at least at the very moment. Is it worth it for this price? Well, seeing how actually devs take care of their older games and how much mods actually enhance them, well, I can say that it's, if you are a racing sim fan, if you have a racing rig like wheel and pedals and things like that, then I guess, yeah, it's absolutely worth it. You can get it and have fun with it and see how game actually evolves and maybe even take part into its evolving. Spec-wise, technically, game is not very demanding. Like, for example, its recommended CPU is AMD 2600X. That's Ryzen 5 actually. And game actually was buttery smooth for me. So if you don't mind early access stuff, then yeah, go and get it. But if you want a complete game and want to have everything available right now, then yeah, you can wait for the full release and you're gonna have a lot of fun from there. And this video is sponsored by channel's partner and supporter, Instant Gaming. If you want best games for the best prices all the time, all year round, without waiting for any sales, Instant Gaming is the way to go. You can find all types of games for all the different platforms, and most importantly, for the cheapest prices possible. And I also partner with Instant Gaming for epic game giveaway of your choice. So click the link in the description down below for your chance to win. Thanks to Instant Gaming for their support, and now let's get back to the video. And if you're interested in my opinion about original AC and why this game is undying, you can watch it right here. And if you want the comparison of the games like ASSETTO Corsa and Forza Horizon 5, you can watch my video about that right here as well. Don't forget to subscribe right here. This will be it for today, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Take care.